Hey Spurs fans, welcome back to another update on our San Antonio Spurs. Before we jump into today's breaking news, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And here's something special for you. Everyone who subscribes and leaves a comment with their name and the city they're watching for will automatically be entered into our giveaway to win an official San Antonio Spurs jersey. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and comment your name and city below. Stay tuned, because the next Spurs fan wearing the jersey could be you. The rematch in Houston sets up a clean window for Victor Wembanyama to dominate the glass, exactly where this game tilts. San Antonio arrives on short rest, and that matters. Tired legs depress shooting percentages, inflate defensive rebound opportunities, and funnel volume toward the tallest player on the floor. When the market drops his rebounding line to 8.5, it invites a measured strike. Houston's defense is disciplined at home, holding opponents to mid-40s shooting and forcing longer possessions. That profile, fewer clean finishes, more contested attempts, creates extra caroms. San Antonio's road shooting dips several points from its home mark, and on the second night of a back-to-back, that gap widens. Misses become chances, and chances become boards for a 7'4" anchor with elite reach and timing. Recent form supports the angle without relying on ceiling outcomes. Wembanyama has posted 9, 10, and 10 rebounds across the latest streak, all under a double-digit total that previously sat at 10.5. The key is opportunity. Even with a slight downtick in rebounding chances during hot shooting stretches, his conversion rate remains strong. Against a sturdier defense and lower team efficiency, those chances rebound, pun intended. Houston's personnel shifts matter. Steven Adams is unavailable, and Tari Eason's status is uncertain. Removing a high-motor rebounder and a physical center reduces box-out resistance and second-jump contests. In the prior meeting, Wembanyama logged 8 boards on 14 opportunities. Tonight's context is friendlier, with fewer elite rebounders to dislodge him and more contested looks to harvest. Projections cluster between 9 and 12 rebounds, with a median near 10. Translate that into pricing. An 8.5 over should sit closer to a steeper favorite than the current tag. The gap between fair odds and posted odds is the edge, small but real, especially in a game environment that amplifies variance in missed shots and defensive positioning. Game texture points to a slower tempo. Houston prefers deliberate half-court sets, and San Antonio's offense bogs down away from home. Fewer possessions do not kill the play when shot quality drops and defensive stops extend sequences. Long rebounds and tip-outs still favor length, and when Wembanyama's wingspan turns 50-50 balls into 60-40 wins. Correlated angles deserve attention. If Wembanyama seals the paint, Houston's guards will see more kickouts and rhythm threes. Jalen Green's volume from deep rises when drives collapse the defense, and Fred VanVleet's catch-and-shoot profile fits a game with heavy paint touches and secondary creation. Pairing a modest 3-point over with the rebounding prop aligns with how this matchup should breathe. Totals lean under when defense tightens and pace drags. Houston's home metrics suggest fewer clean looks, and San Antonio's road splits reinforce that. An under in the low 200s tracks with the expected shot diet, contested mid-range, late clock threes, and limited transition bursts. It's not a blanket fade. It's a nod to environment and fatigue. The spread sits within a possession or two, reflecting Houston's consistency and San Antonio's recent surge. On balance, the home side's defensive reliability and the visitor's schedule spot tilt the number toward the hosts. If you build a same-game parlay, anchor it with Wembanyama's rebounds, a conservative 3-point leg for a Houston guard, and the under. Each piece tells the same story. Bankroll discipline matters more than conviction. Price sensitivity is your friend. The rebounding over retains value in a steeper territory, but once it climbs beyond a fair threshold, the edge thins. Shop for the best number, avoid chasing steam, and accept that variance in foul trouble or blowout risk can dent otherwise sound positions. One question to keep you engaged. Is San Antonio's early shooting craters Do you expect Houston to adjust by sending extra bodies to the glass or by prioritizing leakouts? Either choice benefits the rebounding angle. More contests mean more tips, and fewer leakouts mean more bodies near the rim. If you prefer a cleaner card, isolate the prop and skip the parlay. The thesis is straightforward. A towering rebounder in a low-efficiency road spot against a disciplined defense with diminished frontcourt resistance. That's the kind of setup you wait for rather than force. For a structured build, consider this aligned trio. Wembanyama over 8.5 rebounds, Jalen Green over 2.5 made threes, and under 219.5. Each leg complements the others. Paint control fuels kickouts, and defensive intensity suppresses overall scoring. As for the side, a modest lean toward Houston by a few points fits the profile. The Rockets' half-court defense, home comfort, and San Antonio's schedule spot combine to edge the number their way without requiring a blowout script. Bottom line, trust the rebounding window. The market adjustment to 8.5 is generous given the matchup, the fatigue factor, and the personnel context. Take the over, price shop with intent, and let the game's shape work for you. Before we go on, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Your support keeps our Spurs coverage strong and brings you the latest updates straight from San Antonio. And jump into the comments. Tell us what you think about today's news. The video that leaked late last night has become the centerpiece of every conversation in the NBA world. Shot from an awkward angle, the footage captured a tense meeting inside the Spurs facility, with executives leaning over a table, voices hushed but movement sharp. Though no names were audible, the urgency in their gestures suggested something monumental was unfolding, and fans immediately began speculating that a blockbuster trade was imminent. As the 2025-26 NBA trade season continues to unfold, San Antonio has suddenly found itself at the heart of the frenzy. A franchise long associated with patience and discipline now appears ready to make a daring move. The whispers have grown louder, and insiders insist that the Spurs are preparing to close a deal that could redefine their future. The Spurs' trajectory changed dramatically when they drafted Victor Wembanyama, a generational talent who has already proven capable of anchoring a franchise. Yet despite his brilliance, the roster still lacks the veteran firepower needed to contend in the unforgiving Western Conference. That gap has fueled speculation that San Antonio is ready to act decisively. The rumors point toward a seasoned all-star guard, someone who can complement Wembanyama's dominance in the paint. The identity of this player remains cloaked in secrecy, but the possibilities have electrified fans. Could it be a sharpshooter to stretch the floor, or a playmaker to orchestrate the offense with precision? San Antonio's front office has historically avoided rash decisions, preferring to build through the draft and development. But the current climate is different. With Wembanyama already proving he can anchor a contender, the pressure to surround him with immediate talent has intensified. Analysts argue that the Spurs cannot afford to waste Wembanyama's prime years. The Western Conference is loaded with powerhouse teams, and without reinforcements, San Antonio risks being left behind. That urgency has turned the trade deadline into a pivotal moment for the franchise. Fans across social media are dissecting every clue. A cryptic tweet from a Spurs assistant coach, a sudden absence from practice by a rotation player, and a mysterious video leak have all been interpreted as signs of an imminent trade. The speculation has reached fever pitch. One name that continues to surface is Trae Young. The Atlanta Hawks star guard has been linked to trade talks for months, and his skill set aligns perfectly with San Antonio's needs. The idea of pairing Young's offensive wizardry with Wembanyama's defensive dominance has captivated imaginations across the league. Another possibility is Donovan Mitchell, whose situation in Cleveland has grown increasingly uncertain. Mitchell's scoring prowess and leadership could provide the Spurs with the veteran presence they crave. The thought of him in silver and black has already sparked heated debates among fans and analysts alike. Of course, trades of this magnitude come at cost. The Spurs would likely need to part with promising young players or draft capital to secure such a star. That raises difficult questions. How much of the future should be sacrificed for immediate success? Insiders suggest that San Antonio's front office is weighing multiple scenarios. Some involve acquiring a single marquee player, while others focus on adding depth across several positions. The complexity of these negotiations underscores the high stakes involved. The leaked video has only added to the intrigue. Though no names were audible, the urgency in the executive's tone suggested that discussions were nearing a conclusion. Could the deal already be in motion, waiting for final approval? Local reporters have camped outside the Spurs facility, hoping to catch a glimpse of incoming players or departing veterans. The atmosphere resembles a media circus, with every car that enters or leaves sparking speculation. Meanwhile, Wembanyama himself has remained tight-lipped. When asked about the trade rumors, he simply smiled and said, "I trust the organization." His calm demeanor belies the magnitude of what could be unfolding behind closed doors. The Spurs fan base, known for its loyalty and patience, is now restless. Online forums are buzzing with theories, mock trades, and heated arguments. Some fans demand a bold move, while others fear disrupting the team's chemistry. National media outlets have joined the frenzy, with analysts debating whether San Antonio is truly ready to contend. The consensus is clear. A major trade could catapult the Spurs into playoff contention, but failure to act might doom them to mediocrity. The timing of this potential deal is critical. With the trade deadline looming, the window for action is narrowing. Every hour that passes without an announcement only heightens the suspense. Behind the scenes, rival teams are watching closely. A successful Spurs trade could alter the balance of power in the West, forcing other franchises to reconsider their own strategies. The ripple effects could be enormous. For now, all eyes remain on San Antonio. The franchise that once defined consistency and patience is poised to make a move that could redefine its identity. Whether it's Young, Mitchell, or another surprise star, the anticipation is palpable. As the 2025-26 trade season unfolds, one thing is certain. The Spurs are no longer content to wait. The whispers have become roars, the speculation has become obsession, and the basketball world is holding its breath. The deal they need to close may be imminent, and when it happens, it could change everything. The ripple effect of the leaked Spurs trade news has been nothing short of extraordinary. Within hours of the video surfacing, national sports networks dedicated entire segments to dissecting the possible implications. Analysts debated not only the identity of the rumored incoming star, but also the broader impact on the Western Conference. The sheer volume of coverage underscored how much weight this potential move carries in shaping the league's balance of power. Social media platforms erupted with speculation, memes, and heated arguments. Spurs fans flooded timelines with excitement, while rival fan bases expressed concern that San Antonio might suddenly leap into contention. The hashtag Spurs trade trended globally, drawing attention from casual observers who might not normally follow the intricacies of NBA roster moves. The digital buzz transformed the story into a cultural moment beyond basketball. Players across the league have also taken notice. Several stars subtly commented on the situation through cryptic posts, emojis, or vague statements that fueled further intrigue. Some expressed admiration for Wembanyama's potential partnership with a veteran guard, while others hinted at the challenges of facing a revamped Spurs squad. The chatter among athletes added credibility to the notion that something significant was indeed brewing. Local media in San Antonio captured the emotional pulse of the city. Fans gathered outside the team's facility, some holding signs urging management to make the move. Radio shows fielded calls from passionate supporters who alternated between excitement and anxiety. The community's engagement highlighted how deeply the Spurs are woven into the fabric of the city, and how a single trade could ignite hope or stir controversy. Economically, the rumor has already had an impact. Ticket resale prices for upcoming Spurs games spiked as fans anticipated witnessing the debut of a potential new star. Merchandise sales also saw a surge, with Wembanyama jerseys flying off shelves as supporters prepared for what they believe could be a new era. The business side of the franchise is clearly benefiting from the heightened anticipation. National commentators have framed the Spurs situation as a test of organizational philosophy. For decades, San Antonio was synonymous with patience, development, and long-term vision. Now, the possibility of a bold trade challenges that identity. Some analysts praise the willingness to adapt, while others caution against abandoning the principles that built the franchise's legacy. The debate itself has become part of the spectacle. Rival teams are reportedly recalibrating their strategies in response to the rumors. Executives across the league understand that a strengthened Spurs roster could alter playoff dynamics. Whispers suggest that other franchises are accelerating their own trade talks, hoping to counterbalance whatever move San Antonio might make. The domino effect illustrates how one team's decision can reverberate throughout the NBA ecosystem. Internationally, the story has gained traction as well. Wembanyama's global following ensures that any development involving him resonates far beyond American borders. French media outlets have covered the speculation extensively, portraying the potential trade as a pivotal moment in their native star's career. The international spotlight amplifies the stakes, turning a local rumor into a worldwide headline. Within the Spurs locker room, the atmosphere is reportedly tense but hopeful. Younger players wonder if they might be part of the package heading out, while veterans quietly prepare for the possibility of welcoming a new teammate. The uncertainty has created a mix of nerves and anticipation. Yet the overarching sentiment is that the team could soon be stronger than ever. Ultimately, the repercussion of this news is that it has transformed the Spurs from a rebuilding project into the most talked-about franchise in the league. Whether the trade materializes or not, the organization has captured the imagination of fans, media, and rivals alike. The suspense has become a storyline in itself, and the basketball world waits breathlessly to see if San Antonio will indeed close the deal that everyone believes they must. That's it for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of every exclusive San Antonio Spurs news drop, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. And don't forget, your opinion matters to Spurs Nation. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.